Well, howdy y'all, Handy Redneck here. It's the 7th of July, 2019. Been a little while since I talked at y'all, so I figured we'd do a garden or Yarden update and harvest the remaining purple potatoes. Up here we got some butter crunch lettuce. We got a couple of different types of basil. We got Thai basil, holy basil, and we got Thai holy basil, Genovese basil, and sweet basil. And then in here, these cells, we got coffee beans and white sage seeds planted. Hopefully we'll get something out of them. Over here we got some kiwis started. That's the male kiwi vines. Down below here we got 4 moringa trees that are starting to do pretty good. Our thyme and marjoram are pretty much ended for the season. Some of them are actually being taken over by other things. Like this, I don't know what this is, but it's not thyme or marjoram. So that's about done. Our carrots that we started just for seed purposes, they're doing alright. We're still waiting on the avocado to root out the part on the top there so we can cut it off. It's pushing 8 feet tall now. Our bell pepper here is actually producing quite nicely. It's got that one, and as you can see, it's got another little one here, and it's doing good. Our heirloom tomatoes that we started from seed here, if you look up here, it's getting tomatoes on it. Down here, our mango trees, we got 2 of them. They're growing quite nicely and getting ready to put on another flush of leaves. Over here we got our traveler tomato plant. We nipped the top of it off here to get it to bush out and vine out to the sides, but as you can see, it's got some tomatoes on it. Our other moringa is right here, our older one. It's about good 6.5 feet tall now. Our lemon trees the big one is a good almost 2.5, 3 feet tall. Our dandelions are still going strong. Out there you can probably see a couple of blooms on it. On our chamomile, I picked enough flowers the other day to make 1 cup of tea, so it's a start. Whew, it's hot out. Temperature says it's 91 with a heat index of 103 right now, so it's hot. It's hot. But again, we'll get out here. I just got done dancing with the push mower, cleaning up around here because the redneck rider chewed through its belt again, so it needs a brand new belt. We're going to actually tear down this tater tower since most of the taters are pretty much at the end of their cycle. As you can see, our telegraph cucumber vines right next to it. We got itty bitties and nicer ones. This one's at least 9 inches long right now, but it hasn't filled out much. Our bucket of beans is doing pretty good. We got a couple here. Now these are These beans can get up to 18 inches, and I'll show you one here in a minute that's getting close to that size. Over with the corn. These are supposed to be some Jerusalem artichokes that a friend gave me. We'll see if they actually take or not. Right now, most of them don't look like they're taken, but we'll get there. Now out here, we got a couple of different types of tomatoes here. We got Arkansas Travelers and Cherokee Purples in here, and as you can see right there, those are some Arkansas Travelers. Then we come over and look up in here, and you can see some Cherokee Purples getting out on the vine, so those are doing good. We got two loofahs from our night blooming loofah plant vines. I came out and hand pollinated to get those, because we ain't got the right types of moths around here to pollinate it at night. Our ginger and turmeric are finally starting to pop through the soil. You know, that right there, that's ginger. I think this over here is turmeric. But you know, we got several pots starting to pop through, so hopefully we'll get a crop. These here are Scorpion hybrid peppers. In here we got what is that? That's our orange sweet potatoes. Some of our African giant morning glories. I mean, these things can get 4 or 5 foot tall. I think my tallest one is close to 4 foot, but you know, they got nice big flowers on them. Some of our hot peppers, like those are Thai chili peppers over there. They're finally putting on some good growth, but they're not really setting any peppers right now. We got a fresh crop of buckwheat in here. We got some carrots. Over here is an atomic grape tomato that's flowering, and if we look close, we can see that at least one tomato has actually went to set as a tomato. So I tried growing those last year and didn't have any luck. Our 1,000 head kale. We got some amaranth. That's the gold giant. Over here we got some Chinese spinach amaranth, but I ain't holding my breath on it, because in the quinoa I planted, looks like we got none of that left. So here's our butternut winter squash. It's not producing yet, but it's growing quite nicely, so hopefully it'll get some on it and get them produced. I come out here every morning and I find bees napping in the flowers. So here's our corn, our black coulis corn. So you know, it's tasseling out, and hopefully we'll get, I'm hoping at least one good ear off of it for next year. I won't swear to anything, but hopefully. Now over here, these are the same beans that we're growing in a bucket, but here they're growing in with the corn. This one's a good 18 inches long. We got another one here, also a good 18, if not 2 foot long. So you know, those would be some good snap green beans. Over here, here's our sunflowers, our Mongolian giants. Now some of these smaller ones has had something come along and nip the top right off of them. Don't know what it is, but as you can see, they're starting to branch out, so we should still get some sunflowers off of those. Just not a big head, but the three big ones here, they're easily 6 foot tall. And then up here we got our apple tree with some apples on it. They're progressing all right. Nothing too exciting about them. So how about we get to those taters right quick before I get too hot out here. This should be pretty easy, pretty quick. Because that's the way I designed the system. Now we got this to put the taters in when we get to them. We'll go ahead and pull the cage. All right, let's start from this back side over here, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to follow that vine there down and see what we can find. You know, this one's still got some life in it, but it's already flowered. And it's getting weak, so we'll just, and most all the others in here have dropped off. I mean, look, this one been broke off for a while. It even had some berries on it. Not edible, but if they ripen, you can develop a whole new potato out of them. So we'll snap this off, get rid of it. Then we'll follow this here down and see what we can find. Now, I ain't holding my breath on these taters for the simple fact that it's the first year growing them. And as a first year growth, we're primarily doing it to get seed stock for next year. You know, and if we can get them to chit out fast enough, we'll see about replanting some of them this year and see if we can't get a second crop out of them. But again, we're not going to hold our breath on it. So far we got 3 off of this one, which ain't no record breakers or anything, but considering it was 1, we got 3. It is increasing our seed stock, so. Alright, let's see, zoom you back. We'll come around the other side here, work this big clump down. Now this big clump here, if you can see, it had some berries on it too, but we're not concerned with the berries this year. Some, you know, it's dying back, so we're more interested in getting as many purple potatoes as we can. There's one. One. There's another. Now, these purple taters are hard to see in this dirt, so I'm actually feeling for them to see if I can find them. Now, so far it looks like we're averaging about 3 potatoes per plant, which ain't bad and ain't great. You know, we're not gonna feed ourselves off these. 3, 4. This one looking pretty good. That one ain't really big enough, but we'll probably eat it. That one there too. So we got a good 5 seed-sized ones off that plant. So that ain't bad. We still got two plants to go. So right now we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 off of what, 3 plants. So that's 3 to 4 per. Again, that's not bad for a seed stock. It's not great for overall harvest, but you know, this is year 1 with these potatoes, and our main goal is seed stock this year. And I don't find none on those. Oh, there's one. So that's keeping our average at about 3 per plant. And we got this last one here. One. Oh, there's a nice one. 2. 3. So it's looking like we're averaging 3 potatoes, fingerling sized little ones, per plant. I get the hose, get these rinsed off right quick, and we'll have a look at them. Now, even though it's 90 degrees out, with a heat index pushing it up into the low hundreds, I decided to get out here and get this done for the simple fact that it's clouded up, and we're projected to have thunderstorms this afternoon. So there we are. We got some real little ones in there that we'll boil up and eat, but we got some decent sized seed potatoes for the next crop. And like I say, we're averaging about three potatoes per plant. So each plant came up off of one seed potato. So we pretty much tripled what we started with. Now this pile of dirt here, as you can see, I'm hitting it with a hose because the taters, once they're wet, they shine a nice purple. So if there were any laying out on top here, we'd have seen them right quick. But as I dig through and move this over to the compost, I'm liable to find one or two more once I stir the dirt up and it gets rained on a couple times. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Handy Redneck out.